Wood turtles are listed as endangered species internationally. Here in the U.S., they are designated as a species of greatest conservation need in the 17 states where they're found, including Maine. Researchers with the University of Maine and Center for Wildlife Studies have spent the last 10 years studying the species with the help of another species. Joy Hollowell joins us now with part 2 of her special report on conservation canines.
A vital part of the Maine Wood Turtle Project is going out into the field and collecting data directly from the endangered reptiles. But finding them can be tricky. That's where Chili Bean comes in.
Ready to go?
Lindsay Ware and her dog Chili Bean are getting ready to meet up with researchers from the University of Maine and Center for Wildlife Studies. For the last decade, they've been studying the endangered wood turtle population in Maine.
Mostly what we do is focus on ecology and management of wood turtles to help improve their conservation status in this state and elsewhere.
And because wood turtles are so endangered, we are not disclosing where we are.
Wood turtles, like many other species of turtles around the world, are over-collected for the pet and food and medicine trades. That is unfortunate, so we do maintain site confidentiality.
They are also hard to locate in these tall and dense fields where they live. That's why the wildlife biologists are partnering with Science Dogs of New England. Chili Bean is specifically trained to sniff out the wood turtle species.
The dogs that I specifically use for conservation detection tend more to look for odor in the air. They will also use ground scent.
Chili Bean can cover a large swath of area in a short time. That bell helps Ware to keep track of where she is. It doesn't take long for Chili Bean to give the cue.
She's got a turtle.
So Chili just found one of our radio-tagged wood turtles. So this is using epoxy putty, so it will pop off over time.
Once the turtles are located, researchers document their health, size, and mass, as well as whether this is a new turtle or one they've already met. At one spot, Chili Bean manages to find this baby turtle, something that would be nearly impossible to do with a human eye. After assessing it, the biologists invite me to hold the baby turtle briefly. The Maine Wood Turtle Project is focusing on wood turtles living in working land areas.
And so focusing on places like this where there's agriculture and other type of human activities that might impact wood turtle populations, if we can find management practices where they can coexist, that's really the ultimate goal.
And if you'd like more information on the Maine Wood Turtle Project, you can actually log on to the Chatfield Lab at the University of Maine, right at that website on your screen. Now, information can also be found at the Center for Wildlife Studies website. And if you'd like more information on Science Dogs of New England, well, here's their website as well. Now, all 3 of these links can be found on the web version of this special report.